Patrick Saunders, why don't you start us off?
Hi, buddy. I would imagine that'd be one of the more satisfying victories of the year. You had a well-pitched game all the way around, and then to have Diaz come through like that very dramatically. I would imagine that, like I said, was one of the more satisfying wins.
Yeah, that was a good one, Patrick, for sure. I'd have to go back and look at a number of our victories. We've had obviously a number of walk-off wins here at Coors, and those are always great. But this was a good one. This was a hard-fought game, well pitched by both sides. I mean, we talked about Wainwright earlier this afternoon. That was an old-school performance, right? 8 innings on the road, 100-plus pitches. They let him hit in the top of the 7th. That's old National League baseball. It was great. Senza matched him. I thought Senza threw the ball well. Brendan had a big swing early in the game to give us the lead. It was well played. There's a couple of miscues by both sides, but it was hard fought at the end. Kinley did a nice job. Bard did a nice job. And then Elias came up with a big hit. That was a good one. So I agree with you.
And I do want to ask you about the fan reaction to Nolan and Nolan's reaction back to the crowd. I thought that was a pretty special moment. I'm curious what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I agree. We talked about it before the game. I knew there was going to be a nice ovation. I've seen these before in my years in the game. And that was a very good one. I thought that the crowd was very classy. I thought the crowd was loud. And I thought Nolan did a very nice job of, working his way around the ballpark. And, I think everybody knew it was coming. So I thought that it didn't surprise me at all, both sides, the crowd and Nolan.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
We will go to Thomas Harding. Thomas, go ahead.
Yes, buddy. Wanted to kind of go back to Elias, and it seemed like throughout the year you guys were talking about the ability to hit a ball with some power, and you've seen that show up this week. How important was it to be patient and keep him patient to get to this point?
Well, we have a belief in Elias. When you break down his tools, when you evaluate his skills, you see the raw power and you see the power. See it, whether it's in batting practice, you see it in spring training, you see it, in Pittsburgh when he was a Pirate. You saw it a little bit last year in the shortened season. So we felt, coaching staff and organizationally, that it was a matter of time before, his hitting skills showed up. And with that, we knew that, he's not a below 200 hitter. We feel he's somewhere, I think probably in between 230 and 250 with the ability to drive the ball and hit the ball out of the park. We saw the double earlier. We saw the home run tonight. We saw some home runs this past week. So it's coming, right? It's taken a while, right? Half the season. We got half the season left. Hopefully it continue and smooth things out and become consistent in the batter's box. But, a game like tonight he's very capable of that. And the 2 previous games where he hit homers, he's capable of that. So, and I think his defense is much improved over the last, 2 seasons, even last year's shortened season. He's done a great deal of work with Mike Redmond and Aaron Munoz, and defensively he's been solid. So I'm really happy for him. Really am.
One other thing, I'm sorry. One other thing on Elias, talking about awareness during that ovation, the fact that he stood out there between the pitcher's mound and home plate and made sure that kept going. I mean, that's got to show something.
Yeah.
A little class there, don't you?
Yeah, no doubt. That's feel for the moment. That's to your point. Great awareness, and that was the umpire also. Same thing. Was aware of potentially that ovation.
The other thing, Brendan, it just seems like the confidence is just kind of coming out of him now. When you're watching him and you're seeing the bat speed, do you ever try to project what's next, or do you just enjoy what he's doing? And
no, it's going to be a progress, moving forward. That he has to stay in this type of realm where he is now, where he's poised in the box, he's swinging at strikes, he's taking balls. Even the last at bat, the walk before McMahon's walk. I mean, that was a good at bat, and he took the walk and got the winning run on base. And I think on top of that, Mac had a good at bat too. He swung at that first low breaking ball, then fought back and took the walk. But as far as Brendan, I think you can see, the confidence he has in the box. I think his heartbeat is in a much better place than it has been the previous 2 seasons. He's comfortable. He's confident. He feels as though he belongs. And when you get hits and you get homers and you turn double plays and you contribute to a win, it really helps you settle in. So let's just keep watching a young player develop in front of us.
Hey, thank you very much, buddy.
All right, we got time for 3 more. We'll go to Danielle, then Kevin Henry, then Patrick Lyons. Danielle, go ahead.
Hey, buddy. The bullpen, I know they haven't had to be used as much this week as they did in past series, but they've had a good week compared to what happened in Milwaukee. What do you think the difference has been? Have you noticed anything different about the way they've been going about things?
Well, the strike throwing is much better. You've heard me talk about first pitch strikes, no walks. Bard's been much better there. He had that 1 walk in Milwaukee before the homer, that first game of that series. But since then, he's been pretty solid. Kinley's been pretty solid. Estevez had the rough one in Milwaukee, but he's bounced back this week. Shashin's been solid. There's some guys who haven't pitched in a while, right? So I think overall, I think there's been a little bit of a shift in what they're trying to do, and I think we're seeing it. And if that continues, the bullpen consistency should become more apparent.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Kevin Henry. Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, buddy, I was actually going to ask you about those 2 walks right before Elias hit the homer, especially with Mac. And he's been a little bit of a strikeout funk lately. How big was that for him to kind of have that eye?
It's huge for Mac. I told him right after the celebration, I think that was the key to the game. You got the first base hit, it was a good swing, then could have been a little frustrated after those 2 bullets he hit the center right at Bader. And then after swinging that first breaking ball from Gallegos, we had some good swings after that and some great takes. So, that's a learning moment for Mac that at times, players want to be the guy. They want to be the guy that gets the hit. They want to be in that situation. But if it's not there, you got to take the walk. You cannot expand the zone. That doesn't help. You got to pass the baton to the next guy, and the next guy was Elias Diaz, and he got it done.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Patrick Lyons finishes off.
Buddy, since Brendan Rodgers came off the injured list, it took him a time to get going. But since June 5th, he's arguably been one of the better hitters in the lineup. How have you seen him, adjust to his role in the lineup since then?
I agree. I think it just comes down to confidence and a true feeling that he belongs here, and I think he's truly playing his game. I think organizationally. And once he got to the higher levels, AAA, and touched big league camp, and has been around us, I think we saw the talent there with his swing. He's got a swing that's going to play in the major leagues. It's a short, compact, powerful swing. He's put together. He's strong. He's got a good base, and the hit tool is there. And I think that what he's done as far as pitch selection, his chase rate. All those are in a good spot. It really looks like he's seeing the ball well. Even there's a couple pitches that are borderline, and he's He's looking at him, and if they're called a strike, he's eyeballing. So that tells me he's seen the ball really well. So good for him. I mean, he's doing great. I mean, he's I think he's in a spot where he wants to be in the major leagues contributing. I think that this has been coming for a while. In his mind, there might have been all the hype. That might have been a little bit unfair of when he should have got here. But now I think the timing is such, both physically and mentally, that it's lining up for performance.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay. All right.